Good evening, everybody. Let's give a few little cheeky shout outs. Good evening to Bryn, who was here. Yes, you were a bit early, but it's great to see you here anyway. Shows you are keen. Good evening to Leon and Danny and Eddie. Hope you guys are all okay. We've got James. As I said, let's look lively. James is in the house. Look busy, everyone. Good evening to the Lund clan. Great to see you. And good evening to Scott, who is on board. He's here in the garden or in the house, whichever vicinity you are in with your snap. So hello to Scott. Hello to Jane. And hello to the folks. Bev and Jock, who I believe are in the Hizzos as well tonight. Hello to Monkey. Hello to Mark. Keep waving, Bev. I think I might be able to see you through the screen. Hello to Sam. Did you go for your walk, or did you sack it off to come and do some quizness? I don't blame you. Who wants to go for a walk when there's quizzing to be done? And chocolate. This music always warns me that I've got to very quickly go and get myself a drink, get myself sat down, because any second it's going to have to get going. This week, I am almost stubbornly determined to wait until this actually refreshes and says "let's go," which is what it should be saying. I refuse to be the one who breaks it. I'm at least going to wait 20 more seconds, because that's how long it's going to take me to quickly finish pouring my drink. Okay, without further ado, let's... Hello, good evening. Hi, how we doing? Oh, Mr. Bojangles a bit low tonight. He's not in mood. Just literally. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It's great to see you all. let's quickly jump on over to the page and have a nosy. So, Bryn, make sure the fridge is next to you tonight. Scott, Jane says, do you want a WKD or a pale ale? Neither, thank you very much. I've got an orange, and then for later, when I'm feeling frisky, in honour of the 24-hour next week, I've got myself a nice Kraken Skull with some blackcurrant in it. So I'm set. That is a really awkward thing to lift. But that is the tankard that's going to keep me going next weekend. Hi everyone. Good evening. Welcome. I've already shouted out to some of you guys, so it's great to see you. Hi to Leigh. Way, we've got Leigh in the house and Vicky joining us to come along for the night. For those of you who haven't met Leigh, you will have perhaps met Leigh in one of his many guises. He's a man of many talents. He can be a Cape Crusader. The next, he is hunting rebels. Other times, he's being absolutely awesome, creating custom knives in his forge. But otherwise, he's also Leigh. So it's nice to see you. So anybody who has been along when we've had Batman or Stormtroopers in, Leigh's been one of those lovely people who has given up his time to come and do it. Sam, I'm not sure how PC that comment might be. I think what you're saying is that your computer is not having a good day. And not loading the answer form. Sam, if you're having a lot of problems, pen and paper it and fill in the answers later on. I also realise how useless I am because I haven't told anybody what the scores were from last week. So I'm very sorry about that, folks. I've got no excuse for it, really. I will double result it tomorrow in the event page. Okay, so tonight we're going to kick it off in about 10 minutes when it gives just enough time for Lindsay to run away with the dog. Because the first round is the music round. The second round is Blockbusters round, where once again I give you some letters. And yeah, scores don't matter. I will read them out in a moment then, Mark. Of course I will. So, Blockbusters. Then, because it's Father's Day tomorrow, we have Famous Dads, where you are going to be spotting the celebrity dads. We then have the return of the movie synonyms round. Scott's favourite round. And then the last round of the night is... well, it's actually called Swear or Chair. But to be more precise, is it a piece of IKEA furniture or is it a European swear word? You'll have to work it out or try and guess. Who knows? So let's just swiftly slide on over then to last week's scores and hope it's not one of the forms that I've deleted and that I can actually tell you what the scores were, because I had a massive clear out of all of the quizzes and yeah, I deleted a load. But it's here. It's there. So let's have a cheeky look as I professionally carry on staring at the screen as if I know exactly what I'm doing. Forged in the garage by sheer 100% Spitfire technology. Anybody who is on Facebook, do check out Spitfire Forge. They do. I'll show you some of the fantastic work Leigh's been doing in a moment, actually. It's going to link to something that we are planning to do very soon. Okay, so this is going to be a very, very makeshift botch job scores on the doors here. The top of the shops was I Need Your Clothes, Your Boots and Your Kazoo, who scored 38 points. Closely behind were the Palmer Violets, the Lunds, with 36. Oh, then it was the Distinct Griffiths with 35. Then it was Edison's Light Bulb with Leon and Danny at 34. Cider Inc. was 33 points. So it was all very, very close. 33, 34, 35, 36, and then 38. Oh, Bevan Jock, team name clueless. You guys did very well for your first effort. 23 isn't a bad score. Oh, hang on, because then Bevan Jock, we lost the answers, scored 13. So Bevan Jock, team name clueless, you did much better than Bevan Jock, we lost the answers. So there you go. Take that as a win. So they were the scores on the doors for last week. So I think the all or nothing round actually messed a lot of people up last week. It wasn't a very fun one. Caught a few answers out at the end, especially with, I can't think which one it was now. One of them did anyway. There was a repeated answer that I think it was The Simpsons actually. A lot of people thought it was The Simpsons when it was actually Captain Planet. Turns out scores do matter. They're very important when you win. Edison went to bed early. We didn't have our lucky charm. Oh, there you go then, Leon. There you go. Prod him with a stick. Keep him awake. Okay. I was going to show you what Leigh's been up to. There's nothing funnier than running through a house to show off what I'm about to hold up, and the dog takes one look at you and is like, why are you chasing me with that? So Leigh, as I said, currently runs his own little forge out of his garage, which is a fantastic little forge called Spitfire Forges, and I entered a prize draw, and I was quite lucky that I actually managed to win it, and I won this wonderful thing. In fact, the camera just right. I'm going to hold it in front of me. There we go. So this fantastic little piece was handmade by him, and I am very professionally looking down at the telly to make sure it's not disappearing in the background. So that was the one that I won in the prize draw, and I'm dead chuffed with it. It's brilliant. I love it. Made from an old rasp. Fantastic piece of kit, piece of work. But then Leigh got in touch with me and said he'd like to do another one to raise some money. It wasn't sheathed, Mark, so I think the dog running through the house like crazy was enough to not quite draw blood, but to scare a dog away. But then Leigh got in touch with me and said he'd like to do another one, and he wanted to give it to us at DG to put into a raffle of our own to raise money for the NHS. So next week, obviously, we're doing the 24-hour game-a-thon for Macmillan. But then actually, afterwards, I'm going to set up the one that we're going to do at the end of July. We're going to do one more charity quiz night where all the entry fees will go to that. And then that one is actually going to be going towards the NHS, not towards Macmillan. So we've raised an awful lot for Macmillan. But I'm going to honour Leigh's request, and we're going to do one night in July. We're going to dedicate it to raising some money for the NHS, and this one is going to be on offer, and I think it's wonderful. It's a fantastic piece. I will take a photo of it and put it up properly when it comes to the time. Also, Leigh very kindly came on camera and talked to me about it, and I'm literally holding it up now close to my face so it can be seen better. So Leigh actually came on camera and talked to me about this as well. So I will be releasing that interview with him where he actually shows this and talks a bit about it all. So this one will be up for a raffle to raise some money for the NHS. And it's a lovely display piece. I will clean it just to make sure there's no Rona on it. But that is a fantastic piece, and Leigh's worked really well on that. And if you have anybody who you know who is a bit of a fan of hunting knives, well-crafted pieces of woodwork and metalwork, then do get in touch with Leigh, because as you can see, he puts a lot of time and effort into his work, and he does a cracking job with it. So fantastic, and I felt it gave a bit of a shout out. But also, I've got to give a shout out to Vicky, who shares the same house as Leigh, because I went to her with an old Matrix cushion cover that I bought and got from it was like a Comic-Con in a box kit. And so literally in the space of a day, she put together this fantastic thing, which I know it's not going to fit quite right now because I've got my glasses on and the hat on, and it's hooked around my ears funny because I just felt its twang. But it's just to give you a quick look. But I've now got my own little Matrix face mask. So anybody who ventures into DJ at any point, I can feel I've just wrapped that around my ear wrong. I won't walk around with the knife and this at the same time. Because, I mean, let's face it, we don't want to cause that much trouble around Belper. But thank you very much to Vicky for making that. I think it's a fantastic job. And at the moment, the filter inside it is just a bit of kitchen roll, just so I could work out how it's going to fit in and what I'm going to do with it. So I'll put a proper filter in that when it comes time. Right then. What time are we at? We're at 1:15. So I am going to talk for a couple of minutes more, and then we're going to make a start on round 1. So I hope you're all ready, and I hope you're all prepped. Let's see where we are at. Is everyone ready? How many times have you cut yourself on it? What's the charity pot at now? So the answer to the first question is none. Haven't cut myself with it yet. What is the charity pot on? I can tell you when I find the link. And I will copy and paste the link. Oh, Lindsay's logged into Facebook. So do I dare? No, I don't. It will be the kazoo round shortly. Yes, I have just sent Lindsay a warning going, kazoo starts in a second, go. So she's had her warning. If the dog goes insane, it's on her head. So the current pot for next week, and I'm going to also post the link below, because you all mentioned last week that it'd be quite funny if I did a pirate quiz. Well, I can do a pirate quiz. It won't be on Facebook though. It will be through that link I have just posted. So from that link you can follow the quiz, and we will do it at about 8 o'clock. While everyone's sailing, while I'm sailing, I'm going to have a list of questions in front of me, and I'll be reading them out through the Twitch stream, which is taking place on there. So we're currently on £70 towards our 500, which is our ideal target. We'd like to hit 500. So yes, there will be a pirate quiz. I can't guarantee it will be 50 questions because I'm going to try and make all of them pirate themed. I have already enlisted people who are helping me out throughout the day, and myself and James and Zach who are doing it. Some people are jumping in and playing. At that time, there is also Jono, who's going to be on board with us. He'll be playing it at that time, so he may even have a go at answering some questions as well. Pirates aren't quite charity, but we are technically robbing from you guys. We're just being nice, and we are being merchants and giving it to other causes. Pirate quizzes are indeed the best because they just are. Okay. We're gonna... He's so settled. I almost feel bad doing this, but we're gonna have to make a start. So prepare yourselves for some potential disruption as we are about to start round 1. And yeah, the dog's gonna go insane. So the lovely pink kazoo of destiny is here tonight. Your team started drinking 4 hours ago, Mark. That's awesome. There's a lot of parties going off out here tonight. I can hear various households have got music playing and parties being had. So I imagine they probably started drinking about 4 hours ago as well. So, without further ado, let's make a start then. So, this is number 1 for the music round. Are we ready? And again, I'm picking parts of the song. It won't necessarily be the chorus. It'll just be part of it. Okay. Number 1. Oh, that's just checking it's in tune. Dog's actually looking at me like, just what are you doing? Any clue to the decade? They're all over the shop. There's lots of different decades going on. Okay. There you go. That's number 1. Got to really get into it. Literally got a dog at my feet. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's number 1. If he makes it through this, I'll buy him a kazoo of his own. In fact, I'll just give him this one to run off and chomp to death. Oh, yeah, sorry, Leigh. Just the song name. That's all I need. I don't need the artist. Just the song name. And if at any point we get to the end and we look at the results and the scores and there are slight discrepancies with it, I check the scores anyway. So it might simply be I might have made a slight typing error, or we work it out from there. But yes, just the name. Bryn, the name is Song. If you don't know what it is, just put Song. It'll still say it's wrong, but it's called Song. Okay. Are we ready for number 2? He's literally looking at me like, don't do this again, please. I'm literally having to hold his ears down. One more time. Everything is made 10 times worse when it's played with a kazoo. So what was number 2? I'm afraid it's not heavy. It ain't metal. Metal? Oh, wow, that went full American. It's not heavy. It's not metal. It's not Shatner. Shat apparently is the face I pull when I'm doing it. Okay. Number 3. James, you can't say you're in trouble too. You're the one that sent me a message going, you make the music round too easy. Play more obscure lines. So that's what I'm doing. You brought this on yourself and everyone else. You've only yourself to blame. Okay, number 3. One more time. Lindsay comes in and goes, has he been alright? Yeah, because I literally covered his ears. So that was number 3. Yeah, technically James did say play less of each song, but it also then made it harder because I had to pick more obscure parts as well. Okay. What would make this 10 times harder if I tried to do it with the mask on as well, but that's just making things really complicated. Number 4. It's just really easy, this one is. Number 4. Sorry, not sorry. Just imagine Scott's comment there, the yeah, James, just with him stood there with hands on his hips going, yeah, James. All on you. Cameo from Lindsay. Don't cameo past and not come and say hello.
Hello.
Okay, so number 5. Oh, I'm trying to pick a random part. The Predator's back. I mean, I've called Lindsay a lot of things, but I've never named her a predator. I think we have very different terms of the word easy. Sorry, Scott. If that bit I did, just repeat it for 4 minutes. And that's pretty much the song anyway. Number 5. That's pretty much exactly the same, actually, to be fair. That's the same bass line all the way through the entire song. Oh dear. Oh dear. The Rolf Harris comments have started already. Oh. Can you tell what it is yet? The didgeridoo. The one thing I can't get my head around with Australians is that everything sounds like a question. Because it always goes up at the end. Okay, this one is definitely a 60s number here. We're slowing it right down. You know what? I'm spotting that all these are pretty much the same tune on repeat. That was actually a genuine, like, lengthy section of that song, and I've realised I'm actually playing exactly the same tune. Sunshine, the rain may have ruined your brains. You think this is bad? I've got to try and think of piratical songs for next week that you will not know that I've got to try and play on a kazoo. How do you think my brain feels? Okay, we are definitely going to the 90s for this one. And, I mean, I'm not going to be able to do this one without doing what I'm going to do with it as well, because, like, I feel like I have to. So we're going back to the 90s for this one. Are we ready? This is number 7. And again, repeat it. I've just worked out now, like, Lindsay suggested all of these today, right? All the songs I'm doing were Lindsay's suggestions, and every song she's picked has the same, like, little phrase repeated over and over again throughout the whole song. And this is why I have a totally different taste in music to her. I don't think we're going to need number 7 again. You either got it or you didn't. I don't think hearing it a second time is going to make a difference. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I suspect that's the case. But do you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it anyway. Oh yeah, hit that low note. That was almost a brown note there. How many people can say that at 28 minutes past 8 on the 20th of June, they watched a fat guy in a suit with a DG bow tie raving out on a kazoo? Only you guys can say that. And you all stupidly paid money to do it. Okay, only 2 so far. Oh, Lindsay's picked some random songs today then. Number 8. We are slowing it down. One more time. I would say it's He Who Follows, Mark, because he who kazoos has nothing to lose. Made that up myself. You can take that away with you. Okay. And that one actually doesn't seem to have a repeating bit all the way through unless it's actually the chorus. That's pretty bob on. Number 9. Got to pick a part of the song. It pretty much says the name of it all the way through. Let's just do this. Back to the 80s. I can't tell. I know that next door I've got a birthday they're celebrating, and that's absolutely fine because that's great. Happy birthday to them. But there's a cul-de-sac nearby as well who are having a street party. I can't tell whether they've got a live act playing or if they're just playing music through an amplifier. I'm just wondering whether at some point I need to set up my mic and my amp outside from my uke playing days and blast out some kazoo just to really annoy them. I think it'd be quite funny to do personally, because we're back onto them. So that was number 9. Got Australian roots. But whenever you talk, you don't ever ask like a question. So clearly the roots run quite deep. I'm not going to blast it now because, you know, next door are having a nice birthday. I don't want to ruin it with A, my face, or B, my voice. So I won't do it now. But at some point, I will treat the live music cul-de-sac to some kazoo. Oh, right. Next week on Sea of Thieves 24 Hour, I will, whenever Ride of the Valkyries comes on and our banjos, I'll play it on the kazoo as well. Okay, number 10. Are we ready? Number 10 is going back to, when was it? Might be the 50s. 50s or 60s. I don't want to be, like, say definite. I think it's 50s. It's one of my favourite songs. I should know this. Okay. Should have led with that bit actually, rather than the bit I did to start with. I'm not doing any more though. That was number 10. Your kazoo concert. Right, if if we hit £500 next Saturday and into Sunday on the Macmillan 24-hour Gameathon, if we hit that, then I will come on YouTube Live at some point. We'll probably arrange it at the quiz the following Saturday. I will come on and do a small kazoo solo, even though it's going to be horrendous. I don't want to do it, but you guys seem to keep asking for it, so I'm going to put a price on it, and I want £500 raised for Macmillan next weekend, and I will take requests, and I will learn. Oh my God, 2 hours. I will if I can hit £500 next Saturday and into Sunday, on that link I posted earlier, I will play. Everyone can request one song on the kazoo, and I will perform them the following week. When the quiz is done, or maybe before it, I don't know if we'll still have the dog then. I'm literally looking outside. There's nobody there. I'm trying to work out dates. I will do a kazoo performance of your requests in 2 weeks' time if we hit £500 by next Sunday. That's my deal. If you don't like it, then shame on you because you didn't support a worthy charity. Right, you've all had a little bit of time to work out what the hell those songs were. I'm going to have a drink because that always knackers my throat out. I mean, I'm going to do an intermission just because I can. Let's go. I've come back from that because I've necked my drink. You lot can still go off and do it if you want to. So, with those songs done, we're going to head into round 2, which is the Blockbusters round. We've done this one before. I will give you the letters, but I've also put them on your answer form so you can see what the letters are as well. Incidentally, Sam, you've commented on a kazoo rave, but has your answer form started working yet? That's the key question. Monkey, can you have them all again? The answer is no. I'm surprised no one has actually said anything by Tool. Through the Fire and the Flames. I mean, everybody who is doing the 24-hour at that point, I could provide them all with a kazoo. And we'll all do Through the Fire and the Flames at some point. In a God of Davida. Look, there's no point doing it now because it's only on 70 quid and we haven't started doing the 24-hour stream yet. So all these requests are going to be forgotten. So no. Simple as that. Right, we're going to crack on with round 2 then. It's the Blockbusters round. So there are the letters on your answer form. I will read them out as well. But good luck. These aren't particularly taxing. These were actually from the gold round. These are meant to be the hard questions. And incidentally tonight, not really any of them. It's not particularly hard tonight, he said. Giggity. So, question number 11. What TN is the Shakespeare play with the opening line, "If music be the food of love, play on"? What TN is the Shakespeare play with the opening line, "If music be the food of love, play on"? Good old Willie Shakespeare. Taught us so many new words. You're right there, Bobby Bow. Bobby Bojangles will be taking part in the 24-hour next week. He'll be cack because he hasn't got any opposable thumbs to use the controller, but he'll try. Number 12. This is the round when I know people are thinking because not many people comment. Number 12. What EO is an amazing revelation? What EO is an amazing revelation? I've always got the monkey. Oh yeah, I've actually literally got a monkey in the game as well. Oh, you know what? For next week, I'll just rename him as Bobby Bow. Okay. So, next one. Bobby's never jealous. No. My other monkey, incidentally, on the PC on Sea of Thieves is Spank, the monkey. Everyone on board my ship seems to enjoy playing with the Spank, my monkey. So, Bobby Bojangles. I mean, to be fair, Bobby Bojangles was there first. He'll always be my first love, and Spank Monkey will always come second. 13. Oh, I don't know if my parents are watching tonight, but I've just been disowned. Which EJ is alias Reginald Dwight? Which EJ is alias Reginald Dwight? That's number 13. Which EJ is alias Reginald Dwight? And I know I say this every week, but it's just a reminder. Don't Google the answers. Don't be a loser. It's just a nice bit of cheeky, friendly competition. Everyone's out to beat Leon. And this week, everyone's out to score better than Mark, Bryn, and Monkey. Number 14. What QF precedes a semi-final? I'm expecting everyone to get that one right. What QF precedes a semi-final? Do tell me, because I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. Oh dear. You weren't right at the bottom last week. You definitely didn't come last. It was Bevan Jock's doppelgangers that came last. In fact, technically it was my parents because they took part in it and then lost the answer form and wiped it. So they went from scoring points to 0 in one click. Incidentally, Leigh and Vicky, don't refresh your page. It will wipe your results. No, you definitely didn't come last, Leon. Monkey, this is the kazoo round, yes. Sorry, you're missing it all. Number 15. What WP is the name of the famous blue and white designs of pottery going back to the 18th century? What WP is the name of the famous blue and white designs of pottery going back to the 18th century? Oh, Leigh and Vicky, everyone always stands a bit of a chance. There's always ways to pull it back. And since this quiz ends up going as wildly batshit as normal, anyone can win at any point. It's all good. 5 more, and then Bryn can reach over to that fridge that's next to him and fill up. What GUAC was a TV program that connected Una Stubbs and Lionel Blair? What GUAC? GUAC. What GUAC was a TV program that connected Una Stubbs and Lionel Blair? Good man, Bryn. Good man. Incidentally, it was really good to see you yesterday, Mark. Obviously, this week, GW. Wow. Okay, you bought GW. This week, DG, that's our name, opened its doors again. We opened on Thursday night. Well, James opened Thursday night. I was there yesterday and today. And it was really nice to actually be face-to-face with people. It's great to talk to people on here. And obviously I have seen Sue, because and Mark, there's been times when I've dropped stuff off at your house. And I've briefly said hello to you from 2 meters away on your doorstep. But it's nice to actually be able to see people. It's nice to see some of my fellow gaming enthusiasts talk games. Which will lead me on to something I need to actually tell you about later on. Your little one did indeed buy some Pokemon. And actually, I need to see you the next time you're in, Mark, because there was something I forgot to give you as well to go with it. Sounds ominous, but it's good. Okay, number 17. What NF is any unprotected small fire? What NF is any unprotected small fire? And like all things, all fires should never go unprotected. If they are, what are they called? It's not a sound telling off, Mark. It is a good thing. What on earth would we give you a sound telling off for? Mark, we are ashamed that you come in and support your friendly local gaming store. How dare you? Number 18. What MOTR, what mother, are where your politics lie if you are not a right or a left winger? What MOTR are where your politics lie if you are not a right or a left winger? What are you instead? You can never have too many Potswalkers, Mark. Never have too many. I can't wait for when the day comes that you have 120 Potswalkers marching across a field and I have 120 Gretchen running back at you. That'll be an interesting game. And that's a challenge I'm laying down to you at some point in the future. Just that. Nothing else. 120 Potswalkers versus 120 Gretchen. Number 19. What FOG, that's fog, what FOG is Tuesday's child referred to as being? What FOG is Tuesday's child referred to as being? I doubt it will be 2 days. I would literally just charge in and die within the first hour. So I won't worry about that. We'll play it on a smaller board, a smaller table, when we eventually can. Oh, I miss games. Number 20. Which AM wrote Death of a Salesman? Which AM wrote Death of a Salesman? We'll play it on a smaller table, Mark. It's grand. Always got a plan. So I will briefly go through all those again. So what TN is the Shakespeare play with the opening line, "If music be the food of love, play on"? Number 12, what EO is an amazing revelation. What 13? What 13? 13, which EJ is alias Reginald Dwight? 14, what QF precedes the semi-final? 15, what WP is the name of a famous blue and white design of pottery going back to the 18th century? 16, what GUAC was a TV program that connected Una Stubbs and Lionel Blair? Number 17, what oomph is any unprotected small fire? 18, what motor are where your politics lie if you are not a right or a left winger? 19, what fog is Tuesday's child referred to as being? And 20, which wrote Death of a Salesman? Do you know what? James is actually surprisingly quiet at the minute. Hi, James. You still there? You still alive? You still awake? Wow, that was on a small table. It took 2 days to charge Pox Walkers. Okay, what we'll say is that on day 1, Pox Walkers can charge double. They can have double charge just for the first day. Yay, James, I'm alive. Okay, so going back to, while we have a slight gap between rounds 2 and 3, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're doing as far as the shop. So we are obviously now open again to serve your lovely people, your lovely selves, your lovely faces. On a Wednesday, 5:30 till 8. On a Friday, 5:30 till 8. And on a Saturday, 11 until 2. Obviously next week, myself and James are going to be sat in front of a telly getting square eyes for 24 hours. So it will be Jess has kindly offered to come in and do Saturday for us. So you get to pop along and say hello to Jess on Saturday if you happen to be there. And otherwise, come and see me on Friday. Come and see James on Wednesday. We will slowly increase those days as time goes on. As far as the actual physical playing side, obviously at the moment we aren't able to facilitate that, and so therefore we cannot open ourselves up for games. I know a lot of you have been itching to, and you've been asking me when you can. We can't yet. We obviously keep following the guidance we are told, but we hope when it drops to 1 meter and as things become a little bit more relaxed, then we can start to think about the future and taking the steps we need to be able to safely have you guys playing around tables. But as it is at the moment, obviously for the foreseeable, we can't facilitate it within the shop, which is a shame. We do miss that part. However, us reopening the shop and me physically going back to work as well. I've been working all the way through, but I now have gone back to my regular hours rather than a reduced timetable. It does mean that it's going to have a detrimental effect on this. And so, the end of July, the last weekend of July, is going to be the NHS quiz night. And then we are going to have it's not you, it's me. We're going to have a slight breakup for a short while, a bit of a gap, and I've very kindly had Scott offer to help me out with the quiz. We will still do the quiz. It just might not be weekly. It might be every few weeks or once a month instead. So just to let you know, give you a heads up. Enjoy these while you can, because we're going to have to part for a short time at the end of July. Because quite frankly, you'll be sick of me by then. We'll have done nearly 20 of them at that point. But you know, it's not the end. We will do more. I've enjoyed doing them, and you seem to be enjoying doing them yourselves because you keep turning up. But it's proven to be quite tricky to juggle doing all of this and work at the same time. So luckily Scott's offered to help me a bit, so we can still try and do it a bit more frequently. But you know, you guys are very, very kind to come and join us every week, and we've appreciated it so much. But yeah, I'll feels really horrible saying this. Really genuine. This is a nervous, horrible, awkward laugh. It's not funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, if it's any consolation, John Krasinski only did 8 episodes of Some Good News, and then he naffed off and sold it to a network. I will still always be here on YouTube with you guys, and I'll be back. But it also means I can focus a lot more on doing some of the other content, because actually there's a lot of content we've been wanting to do, and we've been ploughing all of our time and effort into keeping the James has been working on the website. I've been working on doing quizzes and things. It gives us time to actually expand our content and to be able to share far more different things with you. So by having a quiz a little bit less frequently, it means that we can also provide you with some other things as well. I'm just trying to talk myself out of a hole here, and it's not going to work. So, so what I'm saying is, at the end of July, we're going to have a very short break. Might only be a few weeks before we come back. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up now, because we're going to go on to the picture round. So it's famous dads. We have 10 celebrities with their children. For the purposes of easy recognition, and to be fair, they're all easy, I have blanked out any particularly famous other family members who are in the photo, up to an extent. I think there's a few I missed, but never mind. All I need from you is the first name of the dad. So just the first name. If you want to put both names, that's fine. I have accounted for that. But you only have to do the first name. Okay, I'm just going to quickly answer these comments that are up. Bryn, so we have to drink without a quiz. Do you know what you could do, Bryn? Drink to the point where you can't focus properly, then go back to quiz number 1 and start again, because I don't think you saw the first one. So start again. The answer sheet won't be there anymore, but hey, you get to join in and have some fun with it, because I delete the answer sheets because there were too many of them. So yeah, join in. Do the quiz. Do the kids quiz. Do that one. Oh, okay. Then backwards. Do it backwards. I don't know. I can't help. Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna awkwardly now fade myself out to the number 21, which is the first celebrity dad. He's there with his daughter, but who is he? I do want to say right now, it really still isn't you. It's definitely me. You don't need to change. Bryn, you are great just the way you are. Don't ever change. There you go, Mark. You're already getting to the spirit of it with a backwards William Shatner. So who is this? Next one. You don't get an awful lot of time on these. This one's too easy. Who was this? Who was this? Who be this person? I will work on a club style round, Scott. I will feed that into the charity one. I think that'd be funnier trying to do that with people actually watching it and joining on screen. Okay, number 3. It's not number 3 technically, it's number 23, but it's the third one in this round. we will go out with a bang. You know, everyone knows I'm not a drinker, so I will. We'll see if for the first time ever we can get me drunk live doing a quiz. No, it's not going to happen. Never going to happen. I refuse. I'm not drinking again. Number 24. Don't. You can send me booze to the arts content. I'm not going to drink it. I mean, I could appreciate that cloudy lemon cider that Scott sent last week, and quite frankly, I did start to feel a little bit woozy by the end of the night because I don't drink. But it's just not my thing. I'm a soft drink drinker. Always have been. That was number 24. Number 25. It's not my thing, I promise. Nice easy one again there. Told you all these are quite easy. Turns out when you're looking at celebrity dads, most of them are actually so well known that the family's well known as well. It makes it really hard to find obscure people. I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Cider. Cloudy lemonade cider. This one is number 26, by the way. 26. As I say, just need the first name, but if you want to be smart, put both. You still only get 1 point for it. Another easy one. Maybe chopping the son's heads half off would have been made it easier, made it difficult. I don't know. I mean, I think if I'd have actually blanked off all three faces on this one, it would have been obvious who this is. I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Incidentally, for a laugh, I was looking at possibly getting rum for next week until A, I looked at the prices, and B, realised I don't hate booze enough to even attempt to try rum. However, Sue, incidentally, at your local cooperative supermarket at the top of Kilburn, whatever it is, Kilburn Hill, they had a large selection of gins. No, not his real name, his stage name, please. His stage name. I'm not that like intelligent to actually know his real name anyway, to be fair. You can post his real name in the comments now for me to see, because I'd be oblivious. But yeah, so there's a nice selection of different gin flavours. It's worth having a dabble at. Did think about you. Oh, you know what? If John... Oh, it's no wonder he changed it. John's an alright name. It's not a great stage name for a rock band. Number 29. Oh, do you know what? I looked... it's really sad. I actually looked at buying an empty Kraken bottle just so I could say I'd like got something with a Kraken on it. And then I wasn't going to lie and make out it had real rum in it. I was literally going to fill it with Coke, and I admit that. But and not, I don't mean Coke as in the drug. I mean as in a soft drink, carbonated beverage. I was going to fill it with some cola, but I looked at the price of just an empty bottle, and that was ridiculous. So I sacked that as well. Oh no, Sue, your form's crashed. That's never a good thing. Ah! Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep playing anyway. It's all good. Last one. Mark has a confession about that lady. Oh, Mark, do share. Do share. This particular lady in this photo was in actually quite a decent sitcom. It wasn't amazing on Netflix, and sadly it's been canned now, but it wasn't bad. She played an interesting character in it. Not a million miles away from what she's like in real life, to be fair. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Oh, there we go then. That's Mark's confession. Fair dues. Never mind. It's all good. Still an exciting story. Right then. So, we are at the end of the picture round. I'm not going to go through them again because I gave you plenty of time for each one. So, nothing to be ashamed of. Who cares? A job's a job at the end of the day, isn't it? Get paid for it. It's all good. Who cares? It meant you could buy, years later, all these poxwalkers. So there you go. Yeah, we're going to have a quick break. I'm just going to sit here and casually drink some local supermarket orange squash. You guys feel free to go and have a wee, scratch your bum, grab a snack. I'll put the intermission on for a second. See you in a bit. I can still talk over the top though, so feel free to heckle me in the comments. It's all good. You see, pick your nose is missing off that one, Scott. Incidentally, Bev and Jock, how are we getting on? You're keeping those two in check. Karma's alright. It's Scott and Jane I'm hoping are making sure they behave. Yep, that's the sound of a dog who has just heard somebody do nothing. Oh, Bev and Jock, it's all good. If you don't do very well, blame Scott and Jane. You could say the food they provided, stopped you from being able to answer questions correctly. Bev and Jock have got a complaint. Oh, okay, I'm coming back. Where are we? There we go. Bev and Jock, if you have a complaint, there is one way in which you can get in touch with us here at DG. We take all complaints very seriously. So, the best method to get in touch with us if you have a complaint is to get a pen and paper, write your complaint down, put it into an envelope, address it to Distinct Gaming Complaints Department, and then outside of your house is a large plastic receptacle with a lid. Every week or fortnight, we have people who come round and they collect all of the complaints that you put into that receptacle and they deliver them to us. We cannot guarantee a reply to every single letter that comes back to us that's a complaint, but that is the best way to reach us. Did Lottie wake up to the sounds of Pablo having a fit as he legged it out of the house barking at nothing? It really was a delayed kazoo reaction. He hears the slightest noise and barks. He sees Scott and barks. Scott gives him a treat. He likes Scott. Scott walks away, comes back half an hour later. He barks. It's as if he forgot that Scott had just bribed him. I'm onto the Kraken School mug tonight now. That's it. I've finished the orange. Now we're onto the hard stuff. This is the black currant. Not even with apple. Straight black currant. Poor old Lottie. Tell you what, with her belting around the house like a lunatic whenever I come round to your house at any point, and him belting around the garden like a lunatic when you throw a ball, it seems to be I have a knack for making dogs turn to lunatics. So far then, we've got score out of 30. How are we doing? What do we think? Have a cheeky comment. Put down what score you think you've got. Out of 30. Where are we standing so far? Positive comments. Be positive. How many have you got? Who thinks they've got 30? Monkey with 40. Fantastic. Well done. Good job there isn't a maths round or you'd be screwed. Leon's thinking about 18, just over half. Okay. James about 4. Thanks for turning up, James. Oh, Bryn's thinking 17. Mark's thinking 11. Well, you're on the same team, so... ooh. Sam about 12. Is it just you, Sam? Or is it Sam David Rose? Is it just Sam David? Is it just Sam? Who have we got in the Jesus there? Leon 20. Oh. Mark says we've got 1. To be fair, the amount of time I'm waffling crap now, you actually could have gone back and listened to them all again and done it all. So, okay, so a few people are feeling like they've done quite well. That's good, that's good. Oh, if you've got bang on 40 at the end of this, then you've cursed your team to only get 40 out of 50. Sam and Smith. I mean, that's your surname, Sam. All you've done is just put your own name. I'm assuming that's Sam and David then. I don't know if it's because I'm drinking it out of a tankard that's shaped like a skull wrapped with a serpent or a squid. Or kraken. But there's it just tastes quite nice, that blackcurrant does today. That would be a D-man miracle. Is that a new thing then, a D-man? We get bang on 40, you cheated. Sam and Squall. You're just giving David loads of different names. Okay. We're going to move on to the movie synonyms round now. Because I've talked crap for far too long. We're not rattling through them tonight. Round number 4 then is the movie synonyms. Scott's favourite round. He loves this round, does our Scott. So we as a collective, me, it's my many personalities. We have taken some movies. Do I not get the old game reference? I'm sorry, no. If it was Sam and Max, yes. Sam and Squirrel, no. Don't get the reference. I'm sorry, David. So I've taken a series of movie titles and I have run the Sam and Max, the freelance detectives. It's an old comic and TV show, and also point and click game. I have taken a series of films and I have literally just thesaurused the life out of their titles. I mean, I'm trying to remember what such wonderful ones we did for Scott. What did we do? Do you know, it was only 3 weeks ago. Blimey O'Reilly. So, previously we had such fantastic ones as Perish Rigid, which was Die Hard. We had Steel Chap, which was Iron Man. One of my personal favourites, the Commander of the Hoops, the reappearance of the Monarch, which was obviously Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Celestial Battles, a recent aspiration, which was Star Wars A New Hope. So that's to get you in the mindset of which one we are doing. White Comanche is not there. I'm very sorry. Just think though, Mark, your life is going to be so complete when I come to ask a question and the answer is White Comanche. You just hold on to that and just wait for it. And one day, there's going to also be a question for Monkey, which is going to be, is this the kazoo round? And it's going to be just a yes or no. And Monkey will have his moment to shine. You see, everyone gets their moments eventually. Incidentally, Scott, do you want to be in the next July's charity one? Does anybody else want to? Right then, let's get cracking. The answer tonight, Monkey, is no. This isn't the kazoo round. I realised I'd opened a can of worms there when I said it. Okay, so number 31. Are we ready? Number 31. Filthy Bop. Filthy Bop. Filthy Bop. Cheers, Scott, you good egg. Who knows, if the 1 meter rule was brought into force and everything's relaxed a bit, we'll have everyone round in my back garden and we'll spread everyone out. And we'll do it from the back garden. Colourless attack helicopter. I don't know why I said it like that. Colourless attack helicopter. White Comanche. Don't worry, Scott, you won't have this round again. So number 31, Filthy Bop. Bop. B-O-P. Bop. Filthy Bop. Filthy Jive. Filthy Tap. Number 32. The Swift and the Livid. The Swift and the Livid. The Swift and the Livid. Incidentally, if you're feeling lazy and you don't want to put the at the beginning, you don't have to. The only things that stayed the same in this round are the and of. Any of those little minor words. Let's not play them down too much. They're important words, but they haven't been synonymized. They haven't been synonymed. So number 32, the Swift and the Livid. Number 33. The Fuchsia Jaguar. The Fuchsia Jaguar. The Fuchsia Jaguar. Hey, Scott. Scott. While nobody's listening, Scott. There's been no technical problems tonight, Scott. It's all going okay. The Fuchsia Jaguar. We're talking about the fact that fuchsia's not even a real colour. Oh no, sorry, wait, that's magenta. Let's go didn't show. That's some weird delay thing that goes off with my my overlay. That's nothing to do with these Ulsan ASMR channel. Just me sat there for 2 hours, just leaning in, talking quietly into the microphone, telling everybody, you're all amazing, you are wonderful, you are all brilliant in your own ways. Seize the day, be awesome, stay alert, shop at DG. Shop at DG. Leigh's ASMR tape. Available from all good Blockbuster videos. Number 34. Adolescent, freakish, assassin, tortoises. Adolescent, freakish, assassin, tortoises. It's really hard for me to have done this one earlier on and to have not sung it as I was doing it. Geriatric Jiu-Jitsu Gerbils. That's a very good follow-up. Followed by, obviously, the Samurai Pizza Cats and Biker Mice from Mars. Number 35. Terrible Supervisors. Terrible Supervisors. Terrible Supervisors. Realise I'm slouching. Because I'm slouching, Bobby keeps on slipping off the camera. It's not my fault. He's just obviously feeling very shy tonight. Poor old Bobby. But he is here. In fact, there you go. You're going to stay up there. You're going to stay still? As long as I don't keep tipping you over, it'll be grand. Okay. So, next one. Number 35 then was Terrible Supervisors. 36. Near meetings of the tertiary type. Near meetings of the tertiary type. All I can see is this foot hanging down. I can see that one's not level. But just looking. Okay. See now why I don't have dice hanging from that mirror in my car. Near meetings of the tertiary type. He's just not committed, look. He's just not committed. Having a chill out and a lie down. 37. The Lupine of Barrier Avenue. The Lupine of Barrier Avenue. Where's the rum gone? Da-di-da-doo-da. Da-di-da-doo-da. So number 37 was the Lupine of Barrier Avenue. Number 38. A few appreciate it warm. A few appreciate it warm. A few appreciate it warm. Gentle reminder. Each time I pick this up. Kraken. Skulls. Pirates. Sea of Thieves. Leigh and James are doing a 24-hour Sea of Thieves-a-thon next week. Just think about that every time you see me lift this up. A few appreciate it warm. Number 39. The Emerald Kilometre. The Emerald Kilometre. The Emerald Kilometre. Yeah, and also don't forget at 8 o'clock next week there will be a pirate quiz. However, it will only be available on the link. It will not be here as it is normally. It will be on that Game Heroes link instead. It is a substantially less distance, but to put 1.6 in, you just stop criticising it, right? This doesn't count as a mistake. I put a measure of distance in. Didn't have to be the same. The Emerald 1.6 kilometre wouldn't be the same. Saying. Just so picky, the lot of you. Nothing I can do to please you. Oh, thanks, Mark. That means a lot. I'm loved. Oh, what? Bobby! No! Oh. He was a good man. He was a supportive monkey. Gone too soon. Good night, sweet Bobby. He has literally just fallen right on the floor, and there's no way I'm getting him from here. Number 40. Dame and the Hobo. Dame and the Hobo. He has. Cut it short there. Couldn't do the whole piece. If you ever want to hear the whole piece, then one of the Luns, Amy, did a fantastic rendition of the last post on the trumpet a few years ago for Remembrance Day. That's the last post worth listening to. Okay, so that's the end of the movie synonyms. Let's go through them all one last time. Number 31 was Filthy Bop. Number 32 was The Swift and the Livid. Number 33 was The Fuchsia Jaguar. Number 34 was Adolescent Freakish Assassin Tortoises, which aren't necessarily the same reptilian type as this other name. Number 35 was Terrible Supervisors. Number 36 was Near Meetings of the Tertiary type. 37 was The Lupine of Barrier Avenue. Number even though an avenue might not actually be the same kind of road layout as the other thing. Number 38, a few appreciate it warm. Even though a few is actually 2 words, when actually the original has only got 1 word in that place. 39, the Emerald 1.6 kilometre. And 40, Dame and the Hobo. Mark, I can play the last post on a kettle. I can feel another interactive session coming on. Right then, Mark, I am going to give you a bit of time to get yourself into the kitchen. At which point, with your phone, I need you to ring me on Facebook Messenger and play me the last post on the kettle. Time starts now. I'm waiting by the phone. Incidentally, if anybody has any other unusual items in their house that they can play a particularly great rendition of a song on, then for charity, Mark, is that you saying you'll do it now, but in return you want people to do it for charity? Or is that you saying that I can call you up on Zoom in the July charity session and you will play it on Zoom for me? Is that what you're saying? Okay, right then, Mark. What we'll do then, in July, in the charity night for the NHS, you are going to come on Zoom as a guest and you are going to play something on the kettle. You can do the audio, you don't have to switch your camera on. You can come on Zoom and just play it live on that. Has anybody else got any unusual things that they want to play down the phone to me? Because I really enjoyed that last week. It was great. It was great. Something, something, play my organ. Something, something, euphemism. Oh, don't call yourself a petard. Monkey, I don't want to know. If you've got something unusual to play, I don't want to know. Unless it's a household object. Play you like a fiddle. I can't. You know what? Tonight, there's not really anything I can think that's interactive like it was last week with people randomly ringing me up and humming different theme tunes down the phone to me. I can't think of any tonight, so we're out of luck, I think, on the interactive part tonight. Unless anyone just wants to chat. If anyone just wants a bit of airtime to say something, now's your chance. Incidentally, I'm getting messages that are about 2 hours old, but they're irrelevant. They're not actually connected to this. But Leon, the answer is yes. And Scott, the answer is thanks. Okay, in that case then, I'm going to book you to Zoomers on that charity night and do some stuff. Oh, by the way, that's the end of the round. So if you want to go for a wee, a poo, quick poo, a drink, scratch your bum, pick your nose, pick your partner's nose, scratch your partner's bum, whatever you want to do, you've got probably 5 minutes before we start the next round. So go do. In the meantime, we're all just talking about. I'm curious to know where this conversation's going, and I'm just here to fill time for 5 minutes. See, William Shatner's albums are truly something. I mean, Disco 2000, I think, is one of my favourites. She came from Greece. She had a thirst for knowledge. She studied sculpture at St. Mark's College. It's just the best. And then, who's the there's a woman as well who did Beat It, and it was absolutely terrible. Oh, I can't even think what her name was. Oh, Oh, what's her name? She's terrible, but it's amazing because Lindsay had a playlist that she was playing when she was doing beauty therapy, and I actually played this song so many times on loop deliberately that it actually fed it up her playlist. So while she was doing a treatment, all of a sudden this song came on, and I can't think for the life of me what it was called. Oh, I'm literally scrolling through YouTube really quickly to try and work it out. Can anyone get there before I do? There's a woman on YouTube singing Beat It, and it's terrible, and it reminds me of Shatner, and I can't think of her name. I think it's got something to do with Wing in it, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's literally, she's called Wing. Right, after this is finished tonight, you need to get yourselves onto YouTube and look up Beat It by Wing. The picture is her holding what looks like a rolling pin. I'm going to turn it around and hope that you can kind of semi-see it. But give that a listen. I can't play it because YouTube will just mute it and they'll have a go at me and tell me off. But Wing, Beat It. She's holding a bat. I mean, it looks like a bat. It's meant to be a rolling pin. But that is just musical beauty. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Brings a tear to your eye. She's just so talented. And I can say that because I'm cack and I sound better than her. That's going some. Do you know what? It's 25 too, so I'm just going to crack on with the next round. Anyone who's gone off and done something they've missed out. So, the last round is cheer or swear. Is it a European swear word or is it a chair from IKEA? Let's find out. You have two choices, cheer or swear. The first one, antelope. Antelope. I'm not going to claim that I can pronounce these correctly in any way. I'm going to say them as they're written because I'm from Ilson and that's what we do. He feel massive. I'm gonna say it as it's written, and you're just gonna have to interpret whether it is a European swear word or if it's a chair. Number 41 then is antelope. Incidentally, at the end, when you've submitted your answers, I will go through and tell you what they translate to, the ones that are swears. Don't worry, they're not too bad. Ilkeston is the place to be. Number 42. Dumjavel. 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 I'm trying to semi-do it. Dumjavel. Yeah, some are cheers, some are swears. But number 42 is Dumjavel, spelt D-U-M-J-A-V-E-L. There were some accents and things in there, but they didn't translate to word, so they're not there. Dumjavel. I'm leaning now. I'm leaning into the table. I'm settling in. Getting serious now. I'll do these in my ASMR voice. Number 43. Patar. Patar. Number 43. Patar. Patar. I don't know why I keep leaning into the mic. I could just bring the mic to me. Number 43. Patar. Patar. It's also probably worth trying to do these when you're half drunk. I bet it's more interesting. Number 44. Turja. I'm assuming it's probably meant to be said. Terje. 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 Or Turja. Is it a chair or a swear? Turja. Number 45. Nisse. 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 I don't want to even attempt to claim that I'm saying them right, Scott. So if tear is meant to be how I'm supposed to say it, then okay. But I'm going to say Turja. And number 45 was Nisse. Nisse. Or Nis. Nissi. Number 46. Number 46. Bye, Homer. Bye, Homer. Bye, Homer. Bye, Homer. I can't imagine having any conversation where I turn around to someone and say, I'd love to have a dumb jarvel in my house. A dumb jarvel. I'd love it if I could have a terja or a terra. The other day, I went round to my friend's house and sat on his Homer. Or number 47, maybe I went round to his house and sat on his Roval. 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 Weird how I keep disappearing into the background. Clearly standing up is better than sitting down because I don't ghost away. Number 48. Cuxagara. I don't know how to say this properly. Cuxagara. Hey. Let's get a bit of light going on. Cuxagara. I love what the direct translation for that one is. That's brilliant. In Ikean language for chair, Cuxagara. Oh, do you know what? I need to stop talking. Just realised what I'm doing, and I need to shut up. Just, we'll cut it out the final edit. It's fine. Number 49. Scruvster. 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 Scott. We've not had any sound issues apart from maybe during question 48. I think there was some interference from somebody else's microphone. But we're okay. We're okay. Number 50. Waldtaxman. 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 Every time I say it, I'm trying to say it differently. It comes out the same. If I went into IKEA, would I ask for someone to tell me which aisle and row a Waldtaxman? I can't even say it. Waldtaxman. I mean, you can bloody love swear words to your heart's content, Bryn, but I mean, no, I'm not going to swear yet. I know it's after 9 o'clock, but and I know I've said crap a lot already, but I don't want to piss about and start saying other things. Number 50 then, the last one. Valdtaxman. It does sound like Valdtaxman, but that's it. Taxman. Valdtaxman. You really can use all of them as swear words if you wanted to. I mean, a lot of them are chairs. So if you want to just turn around and go, "Oh, you chair," by all means, go for it. I'm not even sure if all of these are Swedish swears. They're just European ones. I just typed in European swear words and picked the ones that sounded like IKEA furniture. I had a whole conversation with one of the fellow teachers at school who is from Hungary. And when me and Lindsay went and spent a week in Budapest, the first thing we found in one of the local shops was a chocolate bar called Bum, B-U-M-M, Batalan Bum. And I mean, for anybody who ever watched Balls of Steel, there was literally me and Lindsay in the middle of Budapest. Very few people around us spoke English, and I turned around to Lindsay and just go, "Fancy a bum?" Nobody got the reference. Nobody got the joke. We were absolutely howling, and we got asked to leave. Okay, so those 10 one more time. Number 41, Antelope. 42, Dumjarvel. 43, Patar. Number 44, Tera. 45, Nisa. 46, Bihoma. 47, Roval. 48, Kuksagara. Kuksagara. Kuksagare. Kuksagare. 49, Skrufsta. And number 50, Valdtaxman. Valdtaxman. Okay. You now have seconds in which to load up and submit your answers with your name and your team name. Get creative. James, you are not going for the gas one again. You do it every time. I'm about to load up all the answers and probably find that you have. My foot just literally slipped off the chair there and I've just stamped on the floor. That was fun. Let's see. Once again, if anyone has any discrepancies with any answer I've put, it's tough tonight because I will sort them out. Okay, so I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. Chili baby back ribs. So we have the Lost Our Answers Luns. Oh. Scott and Jane, calm as bitches. The Rents are in the house. Leigh and Vicky. Oh, do you know what? Leigh and Vicky, you two have chosen a name that Claire and James used quite a while ago. Crouching Woman, Hidden Cucumber. Bev and Jock, even more clueless. We have Sam and David, Team oh my word, I nearly said Fancy Flight. Team Final Fantasy 8, FF8. Hasta la kazoo, baby. Hasta la kazoo. And then, of course, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs. Oh, and another one's just added to the list. What we got? Who we got? EDL was taken, so we don't have a team name. Brilliant. Oh, dear. Okay. Oh, terrible spelling. A song spelling error. A minor spelling error. Don't worry. And lacking an apostrophe. Oh, right. I will go through them. Don't worry. If it's a minor spelling error, I will be nice and I will give you a point. So if you know you've done a slight spelling error or you put an apostrophe in or something like that, then okay, it's all good. The Luns, you lost some of your answers, but you have gotten 29 altogether. So well done, the Luns. I will bodge together your answer sheet so you have a total of 29. That's a very honest message there from you, lovely Sue. You could have said we got 49, but no, you were just 29. Very modest. Rents, I will. You've also sent me a message going, can you double check a few of ours? We've had a few spelling errors. You didn't actually put spelling, don't worry. I'm literally just saying that because everyone else did. I will go through them all properly. I will put the final scores up on the event tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm sure you're curious. Those Swedish swears, what were they? But first, let's have a cheeky look at those celebrities. I don't know if it actually reveals the answers, so let's have a quick nosy at them. So we have that's our man who's there we go, back to the start. So this one, of course, if you recognised him, he played her dad in the Tomb Raider movie. It's Jon Voight. Jon Voight. This guy, I quite literally chopped most of his wife's face off because it was far too obvious. It's the Beckhams. It's David Beckham. Victoria there with her 4 kids. I cut off half of the son's face because, well, let's face it, it would have been, well, it's too obvious anyway. But we have the Sheens, and of course the dad is Martin. Anybody who recognises the son instantly knows who the dad's going to be. It's Colin Hanks, and his dad is Tom. Again, if you recognised Willow Smith, Jaden Smith, or Jada Pinkett Smith, you would have known that the dad was Will Smith. If you knew Goldie Hawn, or if you knew Kate Hudson, you already would have sussed that the dad is Kurt Russell. Or as Lindsay went, it's that one who looks like Jeff Bridges but isn't Jeff Bridges. Again, if you recognised Kiefer Sutherland, you would have realised that his dad is Donald Sutherland. As I say, could have blacked out all those faces, blanked them all out completely. You would still worked out that it was Ozzy. If you did put John just to be clever and you lost your point, then I'll change it. But it was Ozzy Osbourne. This one, a little bit more, well, a little bit lesser known, unless you're into your British alternative comedy, or if you watched Robin Hood, it was Keith Allen. And then the last of all, she starred in Good News. It's Nicole Richie, who was also friends with Paris Hilton, but the dad, of course, Lionel Richie. So they were our celebrity dads. Good old Ozzy. Can't fault good old Ozzy. And now on to those swears. So, antelope, of course, was a chair. Dumjarvel. If you call someone a dumjarvel, you're simply saying they're an idiot. Not quite a swear, I know. I have a feeling that they were trying to be polite when they told me that it meant idiot. But yeah, a dumjarvel is someone who is an absolute idiot. Good night, Sue. Good night, Luns. Roval means arse. Roval is arse. That was number 47. I missed out 43. Patar is your boobs. Breasts. Your boobs. Number 48, cook cigar or cigar is means you are a fellatio pro. you are a fellatio pro. I will let you interpret that however you want. Anybody who's watched Deadwood, Mr. Wu loves to say this word. But yes, that is a cook cigar is a fellatio professional. And the last one, Valtaxman, actually means rapist. It means rapist. So certainly don't walk into IKEA and ask for a Valtaxman. However, when Leon earlier on jokingly put Valtaxman, in a way you could almost say they're the same thing. Because one of them certainly does a lot to your finances. So, thank you very much, everybody, for taking part. Next week, obviously, is slightly different. We are on that link, which I posted earlier on the Game Heroes for Macmillan. It would mean an awful lot to us if you can help us hit that £500 mark. We will interrupt we won't interrupt the game. We're going to carry on playing, but I might just happen to jump off the boat and go and sit somewhere quietly while I do the questions and run around the island picking up barrels. So I'll run around and do that and do some questions at the same time. But in the meantime, it means a lot to us that you still keep tuning in week after week and joining us for this. And it did pain me to tell you that there's a slight break coming up soon. But on behalf of myself and James and everybody at DG, thank you so much. If you are ever in the vicinity, come and see us on a Wednesday night, a Friday night, or a Saturday daytime. Don't come and see us next Saturday daytime. We won't be there, but Jess will be, so you can go and say hello to her. But in the meantime, there's nothing else for me to say, but thank you so much. Again, it always means a lot to us. We enjoy the fact that you come along. It means a lot to us. And carry on staying safe, everyone. And stay well. And take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for joining us tonight, Leigh and Vicky. Thanks for coming along to your first one. The first one's always the worst one. And then after that, they continue to maintain that worstness. But thank you very much, guys. And thanks to all of what are becoming our regular cyber friends here in YouTube land. Thank you very much, you guys, as well. Take care. Have fun. Enjoy the remainder of your freedom if you have it for the moment. I say freedom. Enjoy the rest of the time you are stuck in the house until you are allowed back out to mingle among the masses. And thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your spread, Scott, Bev, Jock, and Jane. And get well soon, Leon. And see you all later. Bye.